I gave you all 3 options for the first video that you wanted me to do after the beta closed. We had that fighting game news come out this weekend. You all had the easy video, the fun video, and the sometimes easy and fun videos depending on how good the trailer is, and you all picked the easy one. Alright, let's dive right into it. We're gonna go over key parts of the beta, I'll give you my thoughts, and at the very end, I will give my final verdict on the KOF 15 open beta. Let's go! I'm only going to talk about Dolores in this video because she's a brand new character. Overall, I can see myself maining her actually. Like far past just the fact she's a great looking character, she was actually very fun to play. Like she was a lot more fun than I expected. I say that because, me personally, beginner friendly, super easy to use characters tend to tire me out very fast. So me actually being heavily invested in a character as such is kind of a miracle. It's almost kind of like Giovanna in Guilty Gear Strive. When they mentioned that she was going to be a very beginner-friendly character, I thought even though I love how she looks, that I would not be invested in her in the long run, but that didn't seem to be the case. And even now with the last Guilty Gear Strive patch where she plays very different, she feels fresh. Even though I have to refamiliarize myself with playing her. And I appreciate stuff like that. I love appreciating the fact that even when you main and put hours and hours and hours into playing a character, that there is still a mountain range's worth of stuff to still learn. And I'm pretty sure Dolores will have her own unique journey like that, we shall see. But overall, Boss Lady rocks. God, I just realized that was kind of a pun. It's one thing knowing the mechanics of the game when you see like a presentation or a trailer, but it's a whole nother story when you're finally at the helm and you're actually playing. I wondered how much my opinion would change of certain mechanics after playing the game as opposed to just seeing it on paper, and it's kind of a mixed bag. With Max Mode, for example, I was hoping for more of a throwback to KOF 13 because I just love the whole drive cancel mechanic and all of that, but what they put in the game was actually not that bad. Overall, I can't complain too much because one of my least favorite things about KOF 14 was locking EX moves to Max Mode. And like I've said before, I get it. You want to make the game feel a little bit fresher, so you might take something that you've had in the game and switch it up a bit, but I just didn't like Max Mode locked EX moves. Like a couple of other people, I thought Shatter Strike was going to be a ridiculous panic button, but lo and behold, that didn't seem to be the case unless I haven't played anyone using it as such, because I didn't. I'm glad Shatter Strike is a little bit eclectic because I thought it was just going to be one of those wacky universal reversal moves. As you've seen from probably several combo videos or gameplay, whether you watch me or somebody else, you can use that to extend combos, and that's actually pretty cool as well. What is universal that was a bit strange was this universal input for all climax supers. And I double checked every other move list from characters in this beta to those that were not in this beta, and I didn't even pay attention to this at first. So yeah, I'm late to the party, but this was this is strange to me. On one hand, I kind of meh about that. I don't know, like it's not one way or the other, but I'm leaning more towards a bleh when it comes to the universal input for that. On the other hand, it's far past SNK's first time doing this. If you've played the recent Sam show, you'll know. I'm on the fence, but I'm leaning more towards a nah when it comes to this, and I hope they change it, but let us see in the long run where this will take us. Here we are, the main event and the one thing that myself and many others were highly anticipating when it comes to this beta. Was the online good? And the short answer from me is yes. Let's talk about the positives first. Let's get that out the way. Out of the bunches and bunches and bunches of matches that I've played, I can count the number of bad ones on one hand. Of all the recent non-old school remastered with rollback netcode released KOF games, this one has had the best online bar none. Thank you, SNK. Thank you for listening. You got my attention and you have an even greater guarantee of getting my money, even though it was always there from the jump. Not one time throughout the promotion of this game that I felt like, you know what, I'm probably not going to pre-order this. And I'm not going to be like one of these people, because there's that talking point again. You guys said y'all wanted rollback netcode, but y'all weren't going to play the game in the first place. Let me stop myself, because I'm not going down that rabbit hole again. I already made a video about that. But yeah, I had fun from the beginning to the very end of the beta. One more thing I really liked from the online, and I might be forgetting something because I have not played KOF 14 in a minute, so I don't know if they had this. Let me know in the comments if they did. But I really appreciated the number of reserve units, aka the team presets, that you can set before going into an online match. And I call it the reserve unit because that's what they called your team presets in UMVC 3. I really like that feature because looking at this roster, even though it's not the most shattering roster, I can still see myself playing a variety of characters, variety of teams, all of that stuff. So I really appreciate that and the great number of them that you can preset. Awesome job. Now to what wasn't so good. This first thing didn't personally affect me, but I found it to be ludicrous, and that was the issue with PlayStation Plus. For those of you that do not know, many players were experiencing issues even accessing the beta because they did not have a PlayStation Plus subscription, despite the fact that SNK told players that they didn't require it. I still had PlayStation Plus active at the time, so I didn't run into any issues. If you did by chance, comment below and let me know your experiences with that. Did it get fixed? Did it not? On top of that, there are people pointing fingers at one party or the other. Some people were saying this was on SNK, some people were saying this was on Sony. Judging by the root of the problem, seeing that it was still PlayStation poking its head in saying, hey, you need a subscription, I would think that this was on Sony, but if you have the information on that, more so than I do because that was merely speculation on my part, please comment below, would love to hear from you. Regardless of who was at fault, after being told one thing but then getting another, we can all agree that that was total bullshit. Another thing that wasn't so good was the casual match feature. Let me know in the comments below if you were able to get any matches through casual match. I tried and tried before and after SNK said they fixed the issue and it didn't work. All of my matches that I played, and those of you who watched the stream can definitely see it, I had to either invade other rooms that people made or make my own to get matches. Never got one match through usage of the casual match feature at all. But like I said, the floor is open. Let me know if you were able to get matches through casual match, just making sure this wasn't something anecdotal to me and a few other people. Just want to see if it worked or not, but far as I know, it was kind of a jumbled mess. My final grade for the KOF 15 open beta test is a B+. Coincidentally, the two things that brought it down from a higher grade, of course, were the last couple of things that I mentioned. The PS Plus debacle, while it didn't affect me, it just is not a good look, and as someone who loves and gets the most fun out of playing fighting games by competing online against other people, you kind of cut down the play pool there, and it probably turned a lot of people off. And of course, not being able to get a match online through casual match, even though I'm fairly confident that will be fixed way before the game comes out. Other than that, I had a blast. I had fun. I'm all the more hyped for this game. I know it's close, but still yet so far away. We got 5 more characters to be revealed. I personally hope that they reveal the DLC teams to us before the game comes out, because I'm still on the fence about which version I want to buy. But let me know what you thought about the beta. Did you have fun? Were you amongst that crowd that couldn't, whether you had a different platform or whether you had issues getting in? Let me know below. Until next time. Oh wait, before I forget. I didn't go into depth about Dolores' gameplay because I know there's been a bit of debate about whether or not she's actually a 5-star character. The reason I didn't is because of the second most voted video in the poll. As promised and as requested by Onyx Blade, shoutouts as always, I am going to do a beginner's guide breakdown of the character rankings far as difficulty is concerned, let you know why they may have those difficulties, and just give you the basics on how to play them if you are interested. So, Keep a lookout for that video. Until next time, this is Chris Lotus, Chrysalid, C49, C-, everything in between with this Nest fan fiction that my freaking followers wrote about me on the spot during a podcast. Woo! I don't know why I went down that road. But you all take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. See ya.